September general membership meeting minutes. The minutes were circulated by email. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Any corrections? None? No? Okay. If there are no further corrections, the minutes are approved as circulated. Awesome. Just a couple of things before Katie does our fun activity. There are a couple of papers on your tables. One is a sign up for Sunday. So Mary Palmer is speaking tonight, and if you're really invigorated and excited by Mary, which I know you will be, and you want to hear more and do more with her, there is a sign up on the table for Sunday to do another session called vision boarding. Just make sure I get those sign-ups back. Also, there's a sign-up for the coffee, a little in the latte convos, which is next week at June Mayer's home, right? Yes. She's one of our sustainers who's graciously hosting that. We already have 4 or 5 sustainers that are going, but I don't have any actives that signed up yet. So if you could come, that'd be great, and just give us your feedback on how you think this year's going. There's also a flyer for the social in December. So December 10th, there is no general membership meeting in December. Instead, we're just going to do a league-wide holiday party here at the museum in this room. We're going to be making our own Christmas cards. We're going to have wine and sips and snacks. And Cirelli will be here selling jewelry. And they will have more than just hardly earrings. They will have a whole display of things that you can buy and possibly gift wrap, right, Jamie? Yes, they will have that. They'll be doing gift wrapping on site. So it should be a fun night. Make your own Christmas cards, shop, buy Cirelli, buy some gifts. I think that's it for what's on the tables. The only other thing I want to mention before we get to Katie is that last month, for those of you who were here, Becky Burton spoke and talked to us about how to make the ask. And the board of directors met last week, and one of the ideas that the board brought up was asking all of you, if you know anybody that might be comfortable, that you might be comfortable asking to give a donation to Junior League. So we developed a 3-question survey. It is going to go out tomorrow, so my sincerest apologies, because I know that's the 3rd time you're getting an email from me this week, and that's super annoying, and I, again, apologize. But it's going to be a 3-question survey asking you who you know. All you have to do is give us one company, and you don't have to. Again, we're just graciously asking if you would help us with our Ask campaign. And then if you will or will not be willing to contact them, so that's the 2nd question. And the 3rd question is, if you are willing to contact them, give us your information, because we're going to keep track of who is doing what so that we don't double ask, so we don't have the same members asking the same companies. Our Ask campaign packets are going out to about 80 companies this week. It is a letter signed by me on behalf of all of the board of directors. It's a fact sheet that tells all of this fun stuff we did last year, which you should be getting in the bulk mailing from the sustainers this week. It's a sponsorship form and a sponsorship reservation form, so they can agree to give us money, starting at, I think the lowest level is like 500, 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. So those packets are going to about 80 companies this week. The board will be making follow-up calls to all of those companies over the next 6 weeks, and our goal is to raise $18,000. So we would really appreciate if each one of you could ask one company. That would be amazing. And whether they give or not, it's just people give to people for people. That's what Becky told us. So that's our whole initiative behind asking you if you would ask somebody. So you'll get that survey tomorrow. Just wanted to give you a heads up so you're not like, oh my God, another email from Brittany, delete. Yes?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is there an opportunity, of course we always want to ask at a higher level, but in case someone isn't prepared to be at a 500 level, how would we then navigate if they came back and said, well, I'll give 250 or whatever, because we certainly would accept that.
I think on the form it gives them an option to give less.
Oh, there is nothing?
Yeah. We don't say no to anybody, yeah. We never say no. Yeah, I think on in fact, on the reservation form, I do remember too, there's even a spot, like if they don't want to give money, but they want to give an in-kind donation, that they can even do that as well, and then list their company information and tell us how they want us to recognize them. So they can absolutely give less than 500 or give something in kind. Yeah. Any other questions about that? Okay, so next, Katie.
Sorry. Hi everyone, I'm Katie Williams. I'm on the Community Development Committee. Talk really
so
loud.
what I'm here to do and what everyone is going to do is we are trying to get everyone oriented, get your feet wet with some of the activities we do at the Young Women's Summit. And this is a really fun one called Get to Know You Bingo. We only have a really short period of time. The ladies are passing out the bingo board. So everyone needs a pen, and we have 5 minutes, and you know bingo, you have to get 5 in a row. The middle's a freebie, so put your name there. And what you need to do, before everyone gets up, is
Thank you.
you have to go around and talk to people and get someone to meet the quality that's on your bingo board. When they do, they sign their name. The only rule is that you can't have someone sign more than once, okay? And when you have bingo, yell bingo, and we'll all stop and hear the thing that it is. So, any questions about this? Yes. Any direction? Sure. No, not for corners. No, I don't like that one.
Should I do
You have
contacts?
to do it like in a row.
Or what should I, owns a dog? What should I do?
All right, so if you're
Has
ready,
blue eyes?
everyone, go. Jenna,
Okay.
everyone,
Your top right. I play them all.
Oh, there we go, there we go. There we go.
Oh my gosh, I'll trade you.
Oh, nice, nice. That's awesome.
Got them all. Oh, I'm your top right. Yeah. Top right.
Yeah. You had a great race.
I'm your top right.
I'm left-handed.
Hey, take it.
I'm an only child.
Oh, take it. I play every. Well, not well, but some better than others.
I need to write my own name on there.
There you go.
Thank you.
because I just asked a question and now I feel like I'm showboating. Okay, so Mary Palmer can play a musical instrument. Amanda Spencer has an older sibling. I used my free spot. Jessica, where are you? She has a younger sibling, and Carrie Spade has children.
Yay!
Sorry to remind you on a night out.
I got bingo across the top. So Erica is an only child. Thanks for signing. And Becky wears glasses. Mary, thank you for signing, owns a dog, because I looked at you and said, do you own a dog? That was the last one that I needed. I got excited. Jessica, one of our new members this year, speaks 2 languages. Right?
Nice!
Yeah,
Woohoo!
that's amazing. And Diana can play a musical instrument. Diana, also a new member, and so is Becky. So 3 of mine are from new members.
Yay!
Awesome. Thanks, ladies. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Katie. So as Katie said, every general membership meeting, we're going to try to do one of the activities that we do with the girls at Summit, so that all of you kind of understand what we're doing with the girls, and it also helps you to feel more comfortable with those activities. So when it comes time to volunteer at Summit, you go, yes, I want to volunteer because that was fun at the GMM, and I want to do that with the Young Women's Summit ladies. Okay, so next up is Laura and Lynn nominating and placement. That was nice. All right, I'm Lynn. I'm Laura.
So your nominating placement advisor should have contacted you if they haven't come and see us, because they're in trouble. And the wine mixer is on this coming Monday, so for those of you that can attend, like I said, your advisor should have contacted you.
Setting up a time.
Yes, go.
And so this year we're doing things a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So you'll notice, for those of you that have gone through interviews before, we're actually really working to refine the process and really have more like true steps and give you better guidance on how to, if you want to become a board member, or if you want to be a chair or things like that, or if you want to be a future president, just give you a little more guidance on those aspects. So as part of this, you're going to find that interviews this year are going to be a little bit longer. So they'll be 30 minutes as opposed to where they used to be like 15. And we do have, while it can be very conversational too, we do actually have a set of questions and things like that that we're going to go through with you. Nothing to be scared about, be completely honest. But we are requiring that all interviews in fall and spring must be in person with your advisor. So the phone interviews, as you're like in an elevator walking through a building, halfway listening to someone else, is not happening anymore. And really, this is for you guys. And the reason why we want to do this is we want to do things proactively. In aspect, you shouldn't come to your advisor just don't think it's just because it's something bad or something you're not happy with. Really, we are there to be along the whole path with you, to understand what's working on your committee, what's not, what do you want to do, what do you not want to do, who do you see out there you think is doing a great job. I know lots of times people are trying to figure out, well, how does so-and-so become president, and things like that. Well, this is information that these interviews give us on how we select
the Red
people.
Cross.
So we will go through that very much with you in your interview specifically. So when we're getting those pieces, like this is where we're asking you, who do you see as future president and why, and give us examples. So everything is completely confidential. And so we just want to make sure our goal as your advisor is to make your experience in Junior League the best it can be, put you in the right placements, the best fit for you, as far as timing and things like that. And but please come with an open mind, very honest and upfront, understand it's confidential. And
Yeah, no judging.
No judging.
On either part.
Right, but we really want you to, have a great experience, and that's what this is for. So we will talk to you about different positions and things like that. So, even though you may think, I know what I want to do, this is going to be way more than that. So we're going to look at the bigger picture. So there'll be no pre-questions coming out before, because we just really want to get in and have a great conversation and figure out what's working for you and how we can make it better.
And then, like Laura said last time, we're your advocate, we're your mentor, we're your confidant. So whatever you need, that is our role.
And you don't just have to wait for your interviews. If there's things, and sometimes you just need to talk about things, like, is this normal? Is this not normal? Is this how this should work? Is this not how it should work?
mean?
Yeah, that is what we are for. So for the nominating placement, if I just been there, you have to be in league for a minimum years. We've all been in multiple positions.
Yeah,
in
2
different
presidents,
councils.
everyone's been on the board, I think. Yeah.
So we have a lot of experience with that, so utilize us.
Yes.
That's really it. See y'all Monday.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura and Lynn. Much appreciated. Okay, up next is Janie Redner. She's going to talk about our partnership with Cirelli. Just a little bit of history. So Cirelli, this is our second year? Yeah. Came to us last year and asked about a partnership. They came to our Poinsettia Luncheon, the Sustainer Poinsettia Luncheon last year, and sold over, I don't know how much, thousands of dollars worth of jewelry.
$300.
Oh, go, yes, and thank you. How much?
Great.
And 10% of that came back to Junior League? 20% of that came back to Junior League. So there you go. Ann is our sustainer representative on our board, for those of you who don't know her. So Janie's here to talk about year 2 with Cirelli.
It's great. It's really exciting. We have our earrings again this year. Last year we picked out 2 different designs. They're only exclusively sold through Cirelli for Junior League. So you won't be able to find those at any other store where Cirelli is sold. For every earring that is sold, $1 comes back to Junior League of Reading. It's exciting. They're great gifts. So in order to celebrate us having our partnership with them, we're going to have a kickoff event at their store in Kutztown on Thursday, October 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. 10% of the sales will come right back to Junior League that night. You can also purchase online. The earrings are available. So if you can't make it out to the store, or if you're not at the luncheon, or they're going to be at the holiday gathering in December here, they'll have them here.
We'll be at the Poinsettia again,
Yeah.
the Poinsettia Luncheon again.
There's going to be like multiple ways to get these earrings if you'd like to purchase them for yourself or for a gift. Let me think here. We're also working on a couple other things with them. They want to work with us for our Young Women's Summit. We're working on having them, they would like to donate something to each of these girls, so they're going to be donating a little pendant necklace, since there's a lot of girls who don't have pierced ears. We thought this was something that they could take away. Cirelli's actually founded off of Lisa Oswald in Brooklyn in her apartment at art school in 1984. She was broke and she's studying the arts, and she had a lot of events to go to at night. And I mean, who has money to like wear something different all the time? So she sat in her kitchen and started making her jewelry. And that's how it came to be what it is today. It's built off of women empowerment. She was an entrepreneur, and they thought we would be a great partner for our mission as well. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Any
questions at all?
Yep.
Okay, well, hopefully you can make it. If not, there'll be other opportunities too that you can shop. Great teacher gifts, holiday gifts in general, mother-in-law, sister-in-laws, all those gifts that you don't know. Just think you're gifting us too.
And I'm wearing this earring tonight, if anybody wants to see it in person. And is somebody wearing the other one?
I have the other one over here in the bag.
You have the other
Yep.
one. Okay, so Janie has the other one if you want to see them in person, because they look much better in person. I mean, they look beautiful there, but it's much easier to tell in person. I think the most exciting thing is, it's all great stuff that they're giving money back to June League, but I think it's really exciting how they're partnering with us for Young Women's Summit. Giving those pendants to those girls, that's going to be super meaningful for them. And we're really excited about everything they're going to be doing for us. So thank you, Janie, for being our point person there. Okay, Fall Fest. Lindsay Labney and Alyssa Conahan.
Okay.
Yay.
Very good. Okay, so just a reminder for everyone, Fall Fest is Saturday, November 3rd at 6 p.m. And Lindsay actually has some very exciting news to share with us.
Thank you everybody for buying their tickets. We're sold out. This is super exciting. So November 3rd, there's tons of tickets.
Not sold out.
Not sold out.
You say shit, I didn't get my ticket. I didn't get my ticket. Is it still recording? Okay.
go over. Thank you to everyone who brought wine bottles tonight. We still have a couple weeks until the event, obviously, so please, $25 or more. You can also bring it to the nominating placement mixer on Monday, or drop it off at headquarters in the garage when you get a chance. Just remember to label the dollar amount on that so we can keep track.
Yeah, and volunteer spot is up. You can go through, so I couldn't quite figure out how to get to it, but you get through the website.
Can you pull it up?
It's super simple, but you go to the website and you can go to sign up there, and pick a spot. We need you guys to run a great event, so we've got some spots open. It's just by the hour, so you can pick whatever hour works for you, and then when you come that night, we'll let you know where you can help out. So no,
Corinne's gonna try to pull it up.
yeah,
Perfect.
it's very simple, but I couldn't figure
So
it out.
with the new website, when you go under the resources button, that's where the signups are now. So you go click on signups, and then you'll have to put in our password, which is the 1923 for everything, because we're super secure. And then you go in and you click on sign up. Or you can just go to our Facebook page and it's in there because Lindsay posted in there, which is much faster. And then it will pull up, and then you just go down here and view. Click on view, and then it'll tell you.
So thank you to the 11 that have signed up. We would love 17 more people to sign up. That'd be great.
So yeah, please sign up, buy your tickets, tell other people to buy tickets. Pay attention to all the posts that PR has been so great at putting on Facebook. Share the posts. I think that's it. Anything you want to say?
Do you guys still have extra postcards if people didn't?
I have them with me tonight, actually. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to talk about that if anybody didn't?
Sure. So,
Anybody want more postcards?
Yeah.
yeah, so everyone hopefully mailed out 5 postcards or more, or gave them out to friends to try to get the word out, get people to buy tickets. But yeah, Lindsay has more tonight if you didn't get a chance to do that.
Well, and that's again part of the whole people give to people for people. So if someone gets a postcard from you with a personal note on it, they're going to be much more likely to buy a ticket than not. Because they say, oh, hey, my friend's going and she's part of this and we should go and let's do like 6 couples out together and let's have fun kind of
We're
thing.
going to start sharing, within the last 2 weeks, we're going to start sharing all the really great auction items that everyone's been working so hard to get. So you can start sharing that out, because we're going to put dates for the Rehoboth vacation, dates for the Hamilton tickets. Or the Fur, or the Kalahari vacation. So we're going to start putting those out there to get people excited. So if you know someone that wants to go to Kalahari, you can share it along and get excited, and then come in, win some great prizes.
Deb?
Sue, on the sign up, it's a little different from last year. It just says day of the event.
Yes.
So last year there were like specific duties.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So we're doing it.
You're just going to assign when you
Yep.
get there.
So kind of like how Young Women's Summit last year, you just sign up for a time and then we'll direct you.
It is. It's great, because stuff moves around. What you think you needed, maybe you thought you needed 4 people at wine ball, but then it's sold out. But you actually need people to pour beer. So hopefully everyone won't mind being a little flexible and just coming and being part of a fun event.
I like that.
And please remember, if you are volunteering, you do also need to buy a ticket, unless you're going to literally come in for your volunteer time and then leave, which would be so sad.
Yeah.
Don't
do that.
But if you have to, we appreciate you volunteering. And for that, you don't have to buy a ticket if you're going to just be there for that time.
Any other questions? Thank you in advance.
Thanks,
for helping
ladies.
us make this successful.
Thank you. This is our biggest fundraiser. Last year's committee raised $50,000. It's where we get the majority of our money for programming. So it's super important. We have all hands on deck. Everybody volunteer if they can. Everybody buy a ticket if you can. Mail out your postcards. Whatever you can do to help. Special events would truly appreciate it. They have a big committee. It's a great committee, but everybody needs to help. Okay? All right. Community development. Jessica and Carolyn.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam. I'm a new member. This is my first night here, so I'm excited. Hey, welcome. So I'm here to tell you guys that we're we're doing the angel tree again this year, which I'm super excited about. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple updates on what's going on. We do have the list with the child's names and the specific gift idea. We have been requested that we stick to this gift idea. So if you can't, we ask that you pick another person on the list or get back to us so we can contact them and see what other gift ideas they would like us to do instead. Me, Rachel, and a couple other ladies will be in the back somewhere when we're done tonight. And we just ask that you write your first name and last name next to whatever gift or number you have here. And we have the slip, so we'll give you the slip with the corresponding number on here. A couple more FYIs. They're asking to stick to a $20 limit. So no Louis Vuitton bags or anything like that. And they're also asking that the gift is unwrapped and attach the slip to the unwrapped gift. We're asking that you drop the gifts off to the headquarter garage no later than November 14th, just so we can get in and do what we need to do and get it to where it needs to get to. Should you need to, we're asking that you can bring it to the meeting because November 14th does happen to be when we're having our next meeting. But let that be last resort because my trunk can only fit so many gifts. And so I don't want to have to put all these in my trunk, which I can if I have to. But, you know, just have it dropped off at the headquarters if you need to. And then if, you know, if you're coming in and you're grabbing something, then find me or Rachel, which is here. And we have a couple of the ladies who are helping us too. And give it to one of us. Should you have any questions, reach out to me or anybody else. And I'll be happy to answer with whatever information I have. And that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Just trying to say she has bronchitis now.
Oh, see? Jess and Carolyn.
She's fine. Start coughing uncontrollably. I'm sorry, everyone. So anyway, community development. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. This is Caroline.
So anyway, first we want to announce that we yes. So we have a hashtag, which is super exciting, and we want to ask your help if you're doing anything involving anything that's tied to Young Women's Summit. Definitely use our hashtag. Write it down. It's easy to remember. Hashtag YWS 2019. We're hoping this will we'll use a new one every year. 2020, 3020, etc., etc. So we'll be good. And otherwise, our big update is that Life Skills Luncheons are no longer that. They are Let's Do Lunch. There are a couple reasons why we changed the name. We felt it was a little bit more fun and approachable, like less of a lecture about, you know, how to take care of yourself or what kind of job you should get. So what this is going to be now is a discussion around some conflict resolution scenarios. So some examples, and Letty Marshall was really behind all this, but like a kid on the playground says your coat is ugly. We're going to be talking with the girls in a two-way conversation. You know, how do you deal with this? You know, do you retaliate? You know, how are you feeling? You know, are you thinking a little bit about why she might have said that? So it's really going to be hopefully a little easier from our standpoint. It doesn't have to be quite as personal. And also from their standpoint, it's a lot like more tied into Young Women's Summit. So we're really excited about this change, and we hope that you will join us. The dates are going up on sign up as we speak. I think we have Muhlenberg up, and then Southwest and Northeast should be up hopefully by the end of this week. So the first round is the end of October. That's October 24th, 25th, 26th-ish. Different times, and yeah, we would love to see the same level of support that we got from you guys last year, and so be sure to check it out.
Who did a life skills luncheon last year?
Awesome.
Wow, yay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you guys. Would anybody be willing to talk about their experience? Now, we're gonna call it Let's Do Lunch this year, like Caroline said. So, just know the names. Daph, please, tell us, how did it go? What'd you talk about?
Shocking that I would stand up and talk. I will
You better
say,
keep you good on time because we have Liz and Kate too.
it's always awkward when you sit down with people that you don't really know, and we've got some ideas of how to deal with that. You just bring up questions that are general questions, like, do you have any siblings, and what's your favorite subject? So there are some like warm-up questions that you can do. Yes, it's awkward. Definitely awkward. Sometimes once they start looking up, it's so fun. So fun to just listen to them. They're girls, and we were all their age once, right? Things are
excited about this. They were happy with how the program went last year, and they really like the new change, which is just, the whole idea is to make it easier on you and the girls so that instead of, I guess, spending quite as much time in the getting to know you stage, you can have a couple easy questions and then sort of say, hey, like, I want to put out a couple scenarios here, just because we're going to talk through, you know, what would you do in your situation? Like, if
And the
this happens to
questions will be
you.
provided.
Oh yeah, these are all
So
provided.
this-
So
You'll
you
know
don't
this
even
in
have to
advance.
think, really. It's sort of just.
Just show up with your brown bag lunch, have lunch with the girls, and all of a sudden you're gonna talk about this topic that we're gonna give you. Daph?
And I just wanna say, this really goes along with Summit too, because this is how Summit happens, we do some get to know you things, and then we start to dive into stuff that can really be helpful for them.
So it's really good that Daph and I are really good friends, because she just segued into exactly what I was gonna say. Thank you. So whoever participates in the Let's Do Lunch, please, while you're there, encourage the girls that you're with to join us for Summit. That's the whole point. That's why we're doing this, because we want to get those girls that are coming to the luncheons, the Let's Do Lunch, to come to Summit and be a part of that. So that's really, it's a recruiting vehicle. And Kate Cirelli tell me, don't say recruiting, but.
But it worked
No
last
recruiting.
year. It worked last year. We had
It
some
worked.
girls come that were like, I had so much fun at Life's Goes
We're
Luncheon.
encouraging.
I want more. We
All
did
right.
a full 2 weekends.
So we want to invite Kate and Liz really quick. Do we have
You're
like
good.
2 minutes?
Yep, you're good.
To talk about Service Saturdays and how we're doing with that.
Oh, and quick piece on yoga.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I just, go ahead.
I'm speaking to, okay, so, all right, so we spoke last time about the new project that we are initiating, Service Saturdays at Olivet's at the Oak Brook location. A lot of good things have happened since then. Nailed down for sure, November 10th, we will be hosting Concern for our first service learning Saturday. Concern would be foster and adoption. So they will educate the girls on what they do in our community. The girls will then make a project. We're going to do loveys, the no-sew blankets, but the smaller size that can be distributed and easily taken wherever the children might be going. Community development is going to adopt that particular Service Saturday as it's our first one. So awesome there. On January 12th, we will have Family Promise come to Olivet's. That is a family and teen homelessness. So we will be educated about that. And the girls will, don't speak to that. Okay, special events, graciously, thank you, is going to be the committee who has volunteered to help with that event. And then we have February 9th and February 13th still open.
No, April 13th.
April 13th, excuse me. No, we have one. Oh, new member committee, is that new? Did that just happen?
Newish.
New member committee, April 13th, thank you so much. We'll be hosting our fourth Service Saturday at Olivet's. Is that not public information?
You're April, yeah, you're April 13th.
So you just need February 9th. You just
Oh,
need,
no. Okay, sorry. So, no, that was great. So just in a nutshell, when we talk about the committees adopting a certain date in a project, we're gonna be there to help guide, and we're putting together, like Kate said, we have an idea of the organization as well as the project that we'll be working on, but we're gonna let you, whomever from the committee volunteers, to do the hands-on interaction and leading the projects. So, again, this is, like we talked about last time, a great opportunity to really, make a direct connection and impact. Would you be upset if I maybe linked some dollars to some things? Because I was going to. Do you care for I'm jumping ahead for Holler for $1?
oh, no, yeah.
We just wanted to donate a couple bucks, as far as the first committee to sign up, and they were so quick last time. shout out to Special Events for snagging the first date.
Oh, she has a box.
Wait, it goes in that tiny hole?
I guess.
I didn't make the box. Lindsay Romeo made the box. I didn't make the box. I have nothing to do with the box.
$2
Just
for
shove
new
it in
member
there.
committee, thank you so much. And here's the thing, this is a pilot, it's new, there are only 4 dates. The only one remaining is February 9th. The purpose, and all close to our hearts, is elderly. We're narrowing down who we're gonna work with. Are you on a committee?
Are you volunteering training and arrangements?
Okay, so you are welcome to come, but would any committee, and I'll honor you with $1, like to take February 9th?
And you're making sock cupcakes. Sock cupcakes.
Those are fun last.
Anybody?
Do we have to be on
No.
Oh,
No.
we wanted to mention that. There are some committees who are very small. Only
Like training,
comprise
you're
of
on
1
training
or 2.
arrangements.
You can buddy up with another committee.
Buddy up.
Buddy up.
Let's do it.
Thank you. All right, perfect. $1.
Also, I also wanted to just mention that Liz and I will have, it's a done in the day project, and Liz and I will have the box ready for you with everything that you need to be successful on that day. You are there to, the girls will run the show. You are just simply there to assist them and empower them. They will run the show for the Service Learning Project. So we want the committees there just as support. So when those signups do come out, it is not a big commitment on your part other than to be supportive of the girls at all of it. Correct?
Yep.
We're good?
So that's
Awesome.
it. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
ladies.
Thank you, dude. One last thing for community development, Girls on the Run is November 19th, and we're gonna need some volunteers for that too. Going up on sign up, hopefully later this week.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just Violet.
Where are you? No.
Oh.
No, not done yet, Brittany.
Not done yet. So we're gonna talk about all about Thanksgiving, kind of changing things up a bit. And so for those of you that don't know the history of this Thanksgiving dinner, so we have it at the Oprah Club, which is where we're doing the service Saturday. But we started this in 2010. It was a new member activity, and it's kind of grown a lot. So it started out with the kids being invited for Thanksgiving, but it grew into a family event. And so a few years ago, New Member teamed up with Community Development to do it together. New Member takes care of the kid activities that we do before the dinner, and then Community Development came in and helped with just organizing it, because it kind of just blew up. It's became very popular, and so what we do is we make dinner for them, we make the turkeys and the raisins and the whole thing. So on sign up soon, it will, we're gonna wait a couple weeks because we want you to volunteer for Fall Fest first. But what we do is we make everything. Everybody makes some sort of thing. You sign up for it. There's also volunteer opportunities, which are the food prep and service. So there's going to be 2 different shifts, and it's going to be a lot of heating up food, taking the food in, and just organizing everything. And then one of the changes we're doing this year is we're changing it to buffet style. So we used to serve, now it's just going to be a line of everybody get their own. And also, it's a kid-friendly activity. In the past, it's been it's a very quick event. Like once it goes up, people sign up quickly, and other people get upset that they can't help. So we're adding another opportunity, and what we're going to do is also sit and eat with everybody, if you want to sign up for that. So one other thing that's kind of great about this, since we're doing Service Saturday there, it's a way for us to promote this event that we're doing, because we'd also like to get the families involved, get the parents to come help us do this. You know, we don't want it to just be us doing this for them. We want to work together and have them join in. So that's the idea of it.
We'd always been in and out. We were there, we served them, and we left. And now we're really looking to it and coupling it with the service Saturdays, it gave us another opportunity to really get to know these kids and their parents who are participants of the programming there.
Yeah, just want to help, and we want them to help too. We want them to, a lot of what we do is service learning projects. It allows us to give the girls an opportunity to give back to their community. Well, I mean, it's the same thing here. It's just we're now integrating families instead of just the girls. So that will be available soon. You'll get some emails from Brittany, and it'll be on Facebook whenever those opportunities are ready. But we hope you do join us.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies.
Just by luck. And my apologies again. Jess was on our agenda last month. It got bumped, and she was happy to redo this month. Thank you very much, Jess.
So I apologize if I'm a little rusty. I did this last month and I kind of don't remember what's on it, but it's pretty easy to get paid. There's 2 ways. Go ahead. Okay. So first of all, this is from our current bylaws. We are responsible for our money, okay? So each committee has a budget, and each committee is supposed to stay within the budget. That's pretty much what it means. Go ahead. Okay, so when we want to get paid, we start off by saying, and I've gotten many of these emails already this year, help, I need money, what do I do? Then you ask, how do I request a check? And then you want to know, how much is the expense? Okay, so first of all, if you have an expense that you need to be paid right away, this is what you're going to do. Typically, the process takes about, at the most, 2 weeks. Our bookkeeper comes in every 2 weeks. She's the one that cuts the checks. So if you can wait 2 weeks for a check, then there's one procedure. If you need the money sooner than 2 weeks, right away, help, it's an emergency, then there's another procedure, okay? If it needs to be paid now, you have the option that you can pay the expense with your own money and then get reimbursed, which the reimbursement form is on our resources page on our website, which is actually what Corinne pulled up before for signups. There's also on that same page our reimbursement form. Along with the form, I need a copy of your receipt so we can see exactly what it is. So then I want you to not email it to me because I get like tens of thousands of emails, no lie. Please put it in my mailbox within a month of the expense if possible. Or if it's a large amount, instead of paying with your own money, I can arrange that I can pay with a credit card that's attached to our bank accounts. Okay, so reach out to me directly for that instance. Okay? The second question, how do I request a check? So if you've asked yourself, help, I need money, but you can wait 2 weeks and you don't want to pay with your own money, or you can wait 2 weeks to pay, that same form that you filled out to be reimbursed is the same form that you're going to request a check, a junior league check from the bookkeeper. So you're going to fill out the same request form. Instead of putting yourself as being reimbursed, you're going to list who we're paying, and we need a copy of an invoice or a quote or where you came up with that amount. Once again, don't email it to me, please. It's a good chance it's going to get lost. Put it in my mailbox in headquarters and we'll take care of it. And then when the check is ready, some people need, like for Fall Fest, the band needed the money, a check to be handed that night. Just put a little note on it. When it's ready, I'll put it in your mailbox and let you know it's there. If it's something that just needs to get paid and mailed out, we'll do that too. This is actually our old payment request form, but this is the information that is pertinent for our bookkeeper. Put the date that you're submitting the request, what committee you're on, and what committee it's for. The account number is our general ledger number, which those numbers, the common numbers, are going to actually be on the next slide. There's a number for each committee. Some committees, like special events, have multiple numbers. There's one for Fall Fest, there's one for Touch Truck. That's just how we categorize where the money goes. This is what the expense is for, what the total amount is, who the check's payable to, that's either yourself if you're being reimbursed, or if we're gonna write a check and send it out to somebody who would be payable to, the address it's going to. Now, you as the person that's requesting the check signs here. Your committee chair would sign here. If your committee chair is not available, I can sign it as the authorizing person. I think I covered everything over there. Okay. Here are the frequently used numbers. Do me a favor, jot this down if you're on a committee that you think you're gonna have to request money. It's not a big deal if you don't write it down, it just helps me out. It's one less thing I have to do when I'm submitting checks each month. I think these are also available on a resources page.
And we can put your presentation on the new website too. So
Great.
people can just find it.
Pull it up.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Okay, the last question is, how much is the expense? We are supposed to be shopping around. We're supposed to be trying to find the best deal. Obviously, this is money that we are earning and raising hard, you know? So we want to not frivolously spend it. So if it's an expense that's more than $50, we'd like you to shop around. That could be looking on Amazon, Google, you know, asking local companies. Just try and find a good deal. If it's more than $200 and you're going to need money, please let me know ahead of time. Especially if you need the check, because if it's going to be tight, if the bookkeeper isn't supposed to be in, I can ask her to do that. Worst case scenario, I can handwrite a check myself, or we can, once again, handle it with a credit card. And that same for expenses over $300. If you have, like for example, if you're going to be buying beer and wine for Fall Fest, rather than you, last year we had a member picking it up, and when she got there, didn't know that she was going to have to pay for it and had to put like $500 on her credit card. And we instantly, as soon as it happened, the treasurer reimbursed her right away. But we have other methods so members don't have to do that. So if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and ask me. My email and my cell phone number are here. It's not meant to be scary, it's just how to keep track of the money. Does anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
For the beer and wine for Fall Fest. So
Yeah.
with the debit card, do you go with her to the place, or does she get the card from you? How does that work?
I can either call them and give it to them over the phone.
Okay.
I think last year the beer and wine were purchased. There's stores over across the street from the mall, like right next to each other, so I can run over.
Okay. So they
Either
should
way.
just get in touch with you.
Yeah,
to
just get in
figure
touch
out
with
getting
me and
the
then
debit card.
we can work that out, yeah.
Awesome. Anyone else?
One more question.
Another question from Fall Fest. What do you need cash?
Cash?
Yeah, what do you need cash for an event?
We actually had that already. We needed tips for the servers for the new member event. So just email me how much you need, what it's for. What's gonna end up happening is the check request has to get put in, only we'll just get cash instead.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. All right. Next and last on our agenda, last but not least, is the amazing Mary Palmer. Mary is a sustainer. Amazing. And Mary is also a past president of Junior League. So Mary, thank you.
I got here and we had the Junior League version of Candy Crush, and then we had bingo. So I'll be your game master for the next 40. Well, I was given 45 minutes, but now I only have 35 minutes. So we'll see, Jess. Thank you for the pointer. We might as well just get started because I have a lot of information to try to get to you in a very short amount of time. I don't know how much we're going to finish tonight, so you may have homework, which you may or may not do. And if you come on Sunday, we can talk about it a little bit more there. But if let's get started now. By a show of hands, how many people here would like a little more joy in their life?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, keep that hand up if you'd like a little more fulfillment in your life.
Yes.
Yes. I thought that might be the case. Well, you've come to the right place tonight. We've done a lot talking about giving of yourself to others and doing things for others. But what this particular portion of tonight is about giving back to yourself. And what do you do to really define what is important to you? And the passion test is a very simple but powerful tool to get you in touch with your internal compass. You know, that compass that's run by your heart, that's run by your soul, and not your ego. So how many people in this room can relate to this kind of lifestyle? You get up, your list of things to do, whether it's on your phone or your computer or on a piece of paper, is a mile long. And it is usually involving kids, work, junior league, parents, elderly parents, taking care of others. And very little about yourself is on that list. And you go through the whole day and you get to that list and you think, oh damn, I didn't get to all of that. And then you just put a different completion date and another completion date. And it's like the tail is wagging the dog. Does anybody feel like sometime in their life the tail wags the dog?
Mm-hmm.
It's exhausting. So, so many times it has nothing to do with yourself and what is important to yourself and what's important to your soul. So when I started giving this passion test workshop more than 10 years ago, the word passion was kind of like people thought I was going to give them tips in the bedroom. And, you know, like I'm not that girl and this is not that class. But since then, I mean, it's really shocking to me that, you know, like finding your passion, living your passion, you know, living your purpose. I mean, it's on the cover of major magazines. You know, Oprah's done a whole series on it. So that has really come into the mainstream. For me personally, I discovered the Passion Test, this book, in 2006, the year it was published. I was going through a major upheaval in my life. I became suddenly single and an empty nester at the same time. So that was kind of like a little shocking. And I had to reinvent myself and reinvent my life. And a good friend gave me this book, The Passion Test, The Effortless Path to Discovering Your Life's Purpose by Janet and Chris Atwood. And I can honestly say it changed my life. It changed, you know, I got very clear about what was important to me as a person, as a new person, because I was a new person at that point in time. No kids, no husband, yikes. You know, and I still had my job, but I changed my job. And it literally changed my life, and I met with her, I became a certified passion test instructor. I went and got certified in feng shui for my interior design business, and I started attending seminars and reading books, and I just, you know, and I'm here to tell you that I'm living a much more joyful and meaningful and more fulfilled life, and that is my wish for you. And whether we're going to solve that tonight, but at least you'll be on the right path. So let's get started. So I want a little feedback. What would your life be like if you were living your passions? Just give me, Daphne, you're always talking. Here, what would your life be like if you were living your passions?
Wow. Life skills luncheon for her all day.
Life skills luncheon. All right, everybody's signing up for this. Let's do lunch. All right. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. You can put me on the spot. I don't know. My heart would explode, honestly.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
I would own a kennel. I love dogs.
Okay, that's
I want
awesome.
like 500 dogs. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Excellent.
They're easier
That's
than
right,
people.
I was engrossed.
That's right. This is what I wanted to pointer for. Here we go. Jess, this is it. So I love this slide because it's kind of, you know, we have what we do well. And when we are doing what we do well, we have some satisfaction. And if we're doing what we love, you know, we have some passion to it. And what the world needs, we get some fulfillment and we get some contentment. But if we get in this sweet spot here where it's what you love, what you do well, what the world is willing to pay for, and what the world needs, that's when you reach bliss. I just love that slide. So I wanted to share that with you. And that's kind of the goal, that if you can kind of put that together, you know, they say that if you go to work, if you love what you do, you'll never go to work another day in your life. So the idea is to find out what you really love. Is it the kennels?
Kennel?
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about passions versus goals, because if you're a junior leaguer, I'm going to tell you you're probably very task-oriented and you're very goal-oriented. Am I right about this? I mean, this is it. But passion is how you live your life, and goals is a checklist. So, you know, in your life, obviously, you have to have goals that you achieve. But what we're talking about here is how we segue into our life. What are our values? What is important to our heart in how we live our lives? So why does this work? Why are we even talking about this? Because there's this thing called law of attraction. By showing hands, has anybody here heard of the law of attraction? Knows anything about the law of attraction? There was the movie The Secret, and what it basically is, the bottom line is, what you put your attention on grows stronger in your life. And that is a true statement. I mean, I know that we've all had that experience where you think, oh, I gotta call so-and-so. I gotta call so-and-so. And then, like, an hour later, your phone rings and it's that person. Or you want to see somebody, you walk down the street, you see that person. You know, this kind of synchronicity, some people call it synchronicity, fate, whatever, but it's really the law of attraction happening in your life. And it happens negatively, too. Another one that I'm sure that people will, you know, understand this one is you have a vacation, and you think, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick. I better not get sick. You start using hand sanitizer all the time, and you go to the grocery store, and you're wiping down the card. And guess what? You get sick. Because the law of attraction just, you know, it just sees you talking about getting sick. Sickness. Well, this person just wants to get sick. It's amazing. It's crucial. So the point is that with the passion test, you want to put your attention on what is important to you. You don't want to be putting your attention on drama. You don't want to be putting your attention on things that don't matter. And that's the tail wagging the dog thing, is that, you know, it's important to know where you're headed so that you can put your attention where it belongs. So what we're going to hopefully get done tonight in a very short period of time is to have a list of some type of your heartfelt passions, clarity, what's most important to you, and the secret to a more fulfilling life. Do you want to know what that is? You have to wait to the end. It's the last slide. Before we get started, does everybody have one of those handouts, the packets? They look like that. There's some extra ones, I think, in the table over there. Yeah. I think everyone has right this moment. We'll need it in a moment, in a little bit. Thoughts become things. Everything starts as a thought. Your thoughts have great power. It has incredible power to what you do. Everything is vibrational. That's a whole nother seminar, a whole nother workshop on the law of attraction and the vibrational effect of your thoughts. But everything starts as a thought. Thoughts become things, and I just have to stay on track here. So when you are clear, what you want will show up in your life, but only to the amount that you're clear. So fuzzy intentions get you fuzzy results. So that, you know, you really need to take a more rifle shot approach. It's like if you want to, you know, attract a better position at your work,